Good morning. It is 9:19 a.m. on Saturday, May 19th, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Um, I am having trouble right now limiting my thought processes to one activity at a time. Uh, I've got Balticon coming up and Cursive Strahd later today and computer upgrades and working on a Bulldogs Fate Core game that I want to try to run at Balticon, and my brain is kind of trying to keep all of those plates spinning at once right now, and I'm feeling a little bit scattered. But that's okay. It's I just need to cut myself a little bit of slack, I think. Speaking of the computer upgrades, yesterday I finally implemented a plan that I'd had kind of in development for a little while, which is that one of my credit cards, I had a bunch of points saved up, and the things that I could trade them in for on that particular card, I had a fair amount of them saved up for a while because I just there weren't as many things that I could get with those particular points that I was thinking like, oh yes, that's definitely what I want. And so I kind of just didn't get anything for a long time. But I recently decided that my computer could use a new graphics card, and so my goal was to, um, you know, uh, get those upgrades. And basically, the way that I could do it is by trading in the points for Best Buy gift cards, and then using the gift cards to buy the computer upgrades that I wanted. And it worked mostly, but it was not an elegant solution because, for one, I could trade in the points online, but then they wouldn't just like email me codes. No, they had to mail me physical cards, so I had to wait for the cards to show up. And then when I wanted to place the order, the website, probably as some sort of a fraud protection thing, had a limitation to how many cards you could use on a particular order. So I had to try to split up the order between the graphics card and a couple of other miscellaneous smaller accessories that I was trying to get. And so I placed those orders for pickup at a local store, and then on my way over to the store, I got an email saying that one of the items is actually not available at that store, so they just canceled it and will refund the money. And I'm thinking, but refund it where? I paid for those things with a teensy bit on a credit card and then spread it over like four different other gift cards. So, like, where's that money going to go back to? And basically, the answer is I'm going to have to just figure it out manually by checking the balance of each of those cards and checking my credit card transactions and blah, 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 blah. So, it's a whole thing. And then I also got a small solid state hard drive um, that turns out to not use the kind of connection that I thought that I had, and or rather, it uses the kind that I thought that I had. Turns out, not so much. So the graphics card installation actually went fairly smooth, but it's just a whole ordeal of like, okay, so SATA is not the same as eSATA is not the same as eSATA P. And so eSATA is, I have two ports that are eSATA. Wait, one is eSATA P, the other is just regular eSATA. But wait, this hard drive needs just SATA, but it also needs power, and that's what eSATA P means. But the cable that I have doesn't do that, and blah 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 blah. So that's annoying, and it just reminds me of there was a brief time where I was much more into building my own computer and swapping parts in and out fairly regularly, but I have my patience threshold for that stuff has dramatically reduced. So the hard drive is still not working, but the graphics card is, and looks pretty sweet so far. The big thing that I want to try with is see how it improves the performance with my VR headset. So I'm looking forward to that. But in the meantime, like, what do I spend my time doing right now? Am I preparing for my D&D game today, which I am enough prepared for, but could be more prepared for. For example, do I prepare for the panels I'm going to be on at Balticon? Do I prepare for, uh, the Fate Core game that I want to run? What do I feel like doing? Do I play with my new graphics card some more? I don't know. Anyway, so like I said, kind of lots going on right now. But I will talk to you all tomorrow. And because it's Sunday, I'll be doing the first installment of my new rewatch series, which is for The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. We'll be watching episode 1 called The Adventures of Mikuru Asahina, episode 0, which is kind of a weird, sort of non standard episode. Um, but I do believe it is nonetheless the best place to start. It's really great. If you are not familiar with this anime series, I recommend that you check it out and watch it with me. Yay! The loose premise is that it's superficially one of the high school comedy drama anime, but it's also got a lot of supernatural stuff, science fictional stuff in it, with a loose premise of um, the girl who thinks the universe revolves around her is actually more right than she realizes. Anyway, um, I love it, so I recommend it, and you should do the rewatch with me. Yay! All right, I said that already. In the meantime, that's what I'm doing tomorrow, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes when I do that rewatch. Do I seem scattered? I'm fiddling with a pen while I talk to you. Blah, blah, blah. I say.